What's up guys, Walking Buck here. Today I'm back for another video, and remember when I did that earlier debate about like TJ Warren and I think like Kelly Oubre or something like that? I forgot who, but I have another debate video. It's between Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Who's better between them now? Who was better in the Thunder days, the Rocket days, and who's better all time? Watch the video to find out, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your opinions and any new video ideas you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe. At 50 right now, goal's 100 by the end of the year. Only got 2 months left, so let's make it happen. But now let's get started. So first up, let's talk about what happened this year. You may kind of disagree with this, but I'd say this year, Russ has been the better player, but I'd rather have Chris Paul. Like, I get that Russ was on a higher seed than Chris Paul, but remember, Russ was the second option, with his first option being an MVP, probably the best offensive player in the league. Chris Paul was leading his Thunder team with the young Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Steven Adams and Neil Gallinari. In this season, Russell Westbrook averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, along with 1.6 steals, 0.4 blocks. And as for Chris Paul, he averaged 18, 5, and 7 with 1.6 steals and 0.2 blocks. With Russ shooting 47, 26, 76, Chris Paul shooting 49, 37, 91. You may be saying, Russ has better stats. Why would you rather take CP3 over Russ? Look at the efficiency and look at the advanced stats. Russ had a 34.4 usage percentage rate. That's playing with a guy who led the league in usage percentage not that long ago. I think he led last year. Chris Paul only had a 23.3, and he was supposedly the best player on the team. PER, even though Russ gets all the touches and gets all the stats, only has a 21 PER, with Chris Paul having a 21.7. And if you check the win shares, even though the Rockets had a better record, Russ had 4.2, while Chris Paul had 8.9. Box plus minus, Russell Westbrook only had a 1.5. Chris Paul had 4.4. This was just in the regular season. If you check the playoff stats, Russ took an even bigger downgrade, which is, I know he was dealing with injuries and corona and stuff like that, but he still took a downgrade. This is not the only year he's taken a downgrade. He's done it before multiple times. And Chris Paul, he was putting up basically the same stats, but his impact looked a little bit better than it was in the regular season, which is why I would rather take Chris Paul over Russell Westbrook. I would say Russell Westbrook is still a freaking miniature and is still one of the top point guards in the league, which is why I think he was the better player. But I would definitely rather have CP3 right now than Russell Westbrook on my roster. And as for the Rockets version, I would take CP3 over Rockets Westbrook. As you saw what Westbrook did as the second option, and if you check what Chris Paul did, he really made the Rockets an actual championship contender. They really should have been in the NBA Finals to win the championship. If Chris Paul didn't get hurt, that's how much impact he had. He had a 3-2 lead on those Warriors squads. He was the one who was supposed to dethrone the Warriors before LeBron and the rest of them, blah, 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 blah. Chris Paul was really supposed to be the one next to James Harden to stop him. And when you put Russell Westbrook next to James Harden, they could struggle against LeBron. And yes, I get they were undersized against AD, but AD didn't even go that crazy. Russ was just struggling. CP3 was feasting against the Rockets. Luckily, James Harden got that last defensive stop in the game 7. But they really should have been a first round exit, it looked like, in a loss to Chris Paul. They really got lucky that Shai's inexperience really hurt him. But Lou Dort really, if he didn't make that last play, the Thunder could have been the one facing LeBron. I feel like they would have had an even better chance. Do I think it will win? No, but they could have probably took it to 6 games. The other version, I'll take Russell Westbrook because you already know he's an MVP type player. Chris Paul was not an MVP type player this year. Even though Russ didn't have the best efficiency, he was actually looking like an MVP caliber player, doing things that no one else could. And I feel like Thunder Russell Westbrook, his team wasn't as good as Thunder Chris Paul squad. Like, I get they had Steven Adams, but that was technically, at some point, that was the second best player. And longevity, when he had KD, they were feasting and they looked like a championship contender. But then all time, I would rather take Chris Paul over Russell Westbrook. If you saw his New Orleans Hornets days, he impacted so much better, and he had better defense as he was a 7-time first team all defense type player, and also led the league 4 times in assists per game. And his advanced stats look much better, as well as just his efficiency And if you saw him in the game, you could just see how much impact he really had on not just himself and the whole squad, but just the whole organization. His impact was great, and it would have been really cool to see him go to LA if he got traded to play with Kobe, and how that would have worked out. I feel like they could have done really well with Chris Paul's leadership and playmaking next to Kobe's bang bang, splashing your mouth. And yeah, I feel like that would have been really cool. Russell Westbrook, he had a really great career, but all time, you have to put Chris Paul over him. What do you guys think about this short little Russ versus CP3 debate video? I did not expect it to be super long, but I got other video ideas coming up soon. But if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, comment down below if you have any other debate videos or just any videos in general. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.